Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. My name is Steve, otherwise known as Pin, and today we're going to go exploring and we're going to go to find the various outposts that have been added in 3.17.2. I've managed to sort of find 4 on Microtech and it took quite a while to do so. Some of them are fairly tricky to get to, and when you get to their location, spotting them on Microtech is also a challenge in itself. And as you can see, I'm in the Origin 315p GT. You need to have the city on your 6 o'clock. Obviously, New BABBAGE Spaceport is in that area as well. You need to take a rough bearing of 265 and continue on this course. As we make our journey through, you'll see a tower on the left. If you do see it there now, just emerging from the clouds. When you see that tower, you're heading in the right direction. So I thought we'd check these out. There are NPCs and Cutlass Blacks landing occasionally. Not every outpost has NPCs. This one, I don't think I've come across any NPCs yet. Whether or not they spawn there, I don't know. If they don't, you can always bed log out and bed log back in, and it tends to spawn them. But we're just sort of going to go scoping, see if we can find any rare loot. Some of these places have rare artifacts in, which monetary value wise are worth nothing, but it's good to get a head start and see if we can't get some interesting loot and just take a look at these cool outposts. Okay, so we've passed the tower on our left and we are at the ice lake. When you reach that ice lake, you don't want to go any further on the bearing of 265. Now this took me quite a while to find. As you see, they're very sort of well hidden, these outposts, but what you're looking for here in particular, I call this the ice lake outpost for obvious reasons. So what you're looking for here, prominent boulder on like a hillock, and on the right you'll have the ice lake. So you don't want to go past that, and on the left you'll have more peaks, but predominantly you're looking for this massive boulder on top of this hill. Reference the trees, and then on 9 o'clock that's the tower we passed on the way here. So that's your sort of reference points in order to try and help you find these outposts, because they are definitely worth having a scope around, because who knows what you might find. If you still can't find where you are, point your ship towards the ice lake, you know, so that the tower's on your 6 o'clock. That's how I first found it, if I'm being honest. So just reference the tower. That's probably the most prominent reference point you'll get for this particular outpost. And then from there, once you find it, you'll find it with ease. If you still can't find it, look for like this natural harbour. You can see here there's a natural harbour in the ice lake, and you know you're in the right vicinity, and that should help you find this outpost. So we'll go down, we'll land the ship, we'll have a little scope around, see if we can find anything of interest, because outposts, yeah, I kind of like the idea, and it's a key and a sort of small glimpse of what they're working on and what we can expect in the future, right? We are actually starting to be able to explore areas, I would say, to find various things. What we'll find, I don't know. We've just come to sort of check out and get a feel and feel the vibes of these outposts. So we've landed the ship. We're going to hop out. It's so damn comfortable in this. I love the Origin ships, especially the 300 series. In fact, I might actually have to buy the 325 as well, because it's just cool. Anyway, anywho's, out we get, and it is freaking cold, as you would imagine, and playing this in the current heat wave in the UK is not pleasant, and this snow is making me, well, quite honestly, very envious. Anyway, so here we have our first outpost. It's sort of like almost like a battered depot, right? Kind of like a makeshift ammo dump sort of vibe I'm getting. Yeah, very interesting. So we have some like broken, dilapidated buildings, some tankers, oil tankers or water tankers, not sure what they are. Doesn't appear to be any NPCs at the moment. Like I said, they don't always spawn, so if you arrive at the outpost and you want to see if you can get them to murder them, just do a bed log out and log back in. It seems to work okay now. It's a bit risky, but it does seem to work okay. Just make sure you have your ship hovering above the ground with your gear down, because when you log back in, for some reason your gear are always up, so you don't want to be actually landed on the deck because your gear won't be down. So we'll check in here, see if we can't find anything. Now, I don't see anything in here, but I have read that loot containers can spawn in there, and there's a good chance of getting something juicy. I don't see anything. Nothing worth... I don't see anything for me to jump down. Now there are quite a few loot boxes from, as I've said, what I've read, in various places. They don't always spawn in the same location. But I have noticed to find the rare loot, sometimes a bed logout is required, kill the NPCs and they sort of regenerate, because there's nothing stopping other players coming here, right, and looting for you. And here we are. Here is a nice little loot box. Let's see what toys or goodies we get. Just a helmet and an undersuit, so that is not a problem. We will take these, and if we don't want them, we can put them down in our ship storage. Okay, so we got our first batch of goodies. Let's continue having a look around. Now, you might be thinking, okay, outpost, there's loot here, that's cool. Me, myself, I'm personally not a loot goblin, but I do like the exploration aspect of it. I think it's unique. Also, if they nail this and get the NPCs to, you know, react to ships landing and just stop being so brain dead, outposts would be amazing, especially in a system like Pirate Pyro. I think that could be very interesting indeed. My interaction with the NPCs for outposts has been somewhat bizarre. Let's leave it like that. I think a few tweaks are needed. There's a few bugs regarding the NPCs and Cutlass Black arrival, but it is still very interesting. So we'll continue scoping this area out. See, it's very windy, snowy day. It's freezing, making me very jealous because it's sweltering right now. I am pretty much melting, and so's my PC. So we'll go in here and have a look around. Now, on the first visit, there were a few loot boxes. I say a few. I think there was like one. And it was sort of in and around this crate area, I believe. So they do spawn. However, it would appear that we have no loot boxes in here at the moment, which is fine. We're going to explore the 4 that I found on Microtech anyway, and I will do my best to try and guide you to those locations. Can I grip this? Grab it? No. I get the feeling that that's a puzzle piece for something, you know. It's just unfortunate that I can't grab it. Maybe that you pull that out and maybe there's something behind it, and or to get somewhere higher. But as it stands at the moment, no joy. But there is normally a loot box in here. Okay, so let's leave and we'll go scope out the other areas, see if we can't find anything nutritious and delicious. So the outposts are they are well done. Like I said, the excitement will come with 318 and hopefully Pyro, where we get these implemented around that system with the various pirates and NPCs, and hopefully we get outposts in the future that are well protected via anti-air vehicles and things of that nature. That will really spice things up. Kill a few NPCs, get them disembarking from Cutlass Blacks or whatever ship they're in, Valkyries, maybe a couple of Centurions and Ballistas guarding a point. You know, make the player work for it. That's what I want. I don't want to land and just instantly headshot dumb AI. This, but they are working on it very quickly, the AI, and hopefully we get AI in the future that isn't quite so ridiculous in some aspects. So I can't find anything else. I've almost certainly missed something. It's a little bit disorientating in and around this snow and stormy weather. It's quite tricky to keep a bead on where I've been. But as it stands at the moment, it would appear we're going to leave here pretty much empty-handed. And if you can't find anything, like I said, the bed, login and out function is definitely worth a try. You might have some luck by doing that. So make sure you have a ship that has a bed capability in order for you to do so. Okay, well I don't see anything, so what we'll do now is get back in my lovely warm 315. Like so. We'll put this in the ship storage for now. You know, free stuff is free stuff. I ain't going to turn my nose up at it. And if only that coffee machine worked. If only. Okay. So that is Ice Lake Outpost number 1 on Microtech. And what we'll do now is move on to the next. Okay, moving on to outpost number 2. So to do that, we need to head down to the spaceport like you're preparing to land, and then from there, negotiate your ship, if it wants to, get your ship facing a bearing of roughly 205. Okay, so this is the river outpost, so a surefire way of getting there. There are faster ones you can QT to various areas, but to get to the Microtech River, we need to have the spaceport directly on our 9 o'clock. Okay, have a steady bearing of 205. Now this takes quite a long trip. Okay, you're not going to be there instantly unless you got a really super fast ship in atmosphere. But you're looking at between 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the ship, of just pure flying in a straight line at 205. So stay on course. Make sure that the tower, you can see here that we're going to pass on the right. You've got the spaceport on your left. Continue on this route. Do not deviate from the course. You will eventually hit the river. Then it's simply a case of following the river down until we reach the second outpost. Like I said, this isn't a quick journey. This is quite a slug. So just put the ship in cruise control, stay on course, and eventually you will get to the river. It is one of the better outposts in terms of NPCs and loot from my experience. Your miles may vary, so we'll see what happens when we get there. But until that moment in time, rather than me then just fast forwarding through the power of editing, I will join you when I can guide you on to the outpost. Okay, so I've been travelling for quite a while now, and what you're looking for here is you're waiting for the snow to recede. As you can see, we're now entering green territory. You'll immediately see a mountain peak on your left. The river will flow from said mountain peak, so we're definitely in the right place, and then it's just a case of getting to the river and then following it down until we spot the outpost. As I said previously, this is certainly one of the better outposts for loot and NPCs, and they can call in and do call in Cutlass Blacks full of horrible people trying to murder you. So we'll see what happens. We'll have a good nose around. I do like this river. It's very, very cool. Something so basic you would think, but they've done it really well, and I look forward to seeing the river on Hurston. Okay, so what we need to do now is, do you know what? Why doesn't my spaceship that's 1,000 years in the future not have a bloody windscreen wiper or something of that nature? A dehumidifier. Ridiculous. Anyway, and there it is. I think we found it. So we've made our way to the river. No, that's just a rock formation. So they are quite tricky to spot. But once you find them, and you find the relevant reference points, they're actually quite easy to get to. So we're going to make our way downstream And the river sort of meanders into this lake. Now I think it's in and around this particular area here. In fact, that's it there. There we go. Right off the nose of my ship. So that is the second outpost. And again, navigate to the river. Follow it downstream. When you reach this prominent lake, then you know you are in the right place. And you'll see the outpost hugging the river shoreline. The river bank, sorry. And that's where we're going to go. Fairly easy, this one. It just takes quite a substantial amount of time to get here, especially from Spaceport. But like I said, there are faster ways, but this is just the way I do it because I know it works and I won't get lost and confuddled and all that nonsense. You know, it takes a while, but we're here, we've made it. And I can see, I think, some NPCs that we are almost certainly going to murder. So, now, the question is, I think I'm going to try and park behind some trees, just in case. Yeah, there's definitely NPCs there. Excellent. That's free armor. I probably won't take it, though, to be honest. It really doesn't bother me all that much. We're just going to go scope it out, see if there's anything worth picking up. Okay. Let's land and see if they've got anything juicy for us. Yeah, I'm just going to move a little bit closer to these trees, just in case the cutlass comes in. I really don't want my ship getting blown up. Okay, down we go. Okay, let's begin Operation Investigate River Outpost. Obviously, River Outpost is pretty self-explanatory as to why I call it that. One of the easiest ones to navigate to. Oh. I failed to bring food and water. So let's hope that there is some there for me to consume. Let's hop out the ship. I was tempted to bring a sniper rifle, but I kind of like the suppressor on an assault rifle for that added stealth bonus headshot. So let's make our way over there, see if we can't clear them out, and see what goodies we might get. We might get something juicy. I know that artifacts can be found in and around these outposts, so it's definitely worth checking them out. It's also definitely worth knowing these outposts in the future, so that if they improve the AI and or the loot, you know exactly where to go and fill your boots. So we're sort of going to work our way in nice and slowly. The thing with the AI is they're incredibly dense, right? They're so sometimes unbelievably dumb. But then there's this moment where they just see you, they're like scavs on Tarkov, and just instantly knock your head off, you know? So, on one hand, they're really good. On the other hand, they're totally unpredictable and stupid. But there you go. Look. Let's get rid of these then. 3 headshots. Those are strong helmets. You know, that's like 30 meters. And they're not dying. I don't actually know if suppressors reduce damage. So if you know, please let me know. And what are your thoughts on colonies at the moment? Outposts, I should say. As we quickly dispatch Mr. Poor Situational Awareness. Have you been to these places yet? Have you explored them? If you have you come across any sort of rare loot items like the artifacts and things of that nature? I'd be interested to know. So, you know, please let me know in the comments below. I'm a poet. And didn't even realise I was. Okay, so we're going to carry on clearing out these NPCs. I'm not entirely sure how many spawn. Just going to check this riverbank. Last thing I want is to get shot in the back, because that would be extremely annoying. And we're going to work our way in slowly but surely. Now this is one of the nicer outposts to visit, in my opinion, because it tends not to have the horrific river, so we get a bit more time to search, a bit more clarity. I don't see any NPCs around the outskirts. I think if they can get the AI into a position where they don't just stand in one place like Muppets, and maybe let's have a couple of NPCs hiding in the trees, right? So that you're completely unaware, or you're forced to do... I know it's very early stages, and the fact that we've got AI on the planet is excellent, and the fact that they can call in ships is also excellent. So we're getting there, but it almost certainly needs tweaking. Let's have a bit more, you know, let's have some NPCs hiding in the woods, really making you work for it. Like I said, let's have some air defenses, and hopefully we'll get all that. But at the moment, for what it is, it's on its way. It's very promising. Doing this in Pyro is going to be sweet. You're almost certainly going to get murdered. It's going to be great. So we'll have a look around here. Now, the first time I found this, there was a loot box in this area, I think. There's one there. I'm sure there was one in there. I could be wrong. Nope, this isn't one. And that's a red herring, which is unfortunate. So they've been sleeping in sleeping bags in a cargo container. Comfortable. So I'm pretty sure we've cleared out all the NPCs. So we're just going to have a look around. Try and search as much as possible. I'm kind of aware that the video might get a little bit too long, so I'm not really searching as thoroughly as I normally would. So apologies if I miss something. I almost certainly will. Let's head up this ramp, which conveniently takes us to the loot box. Very nice. What have we got? Ah, snacks. Yes. I need my Scooby snacks, man. I'll take all of this. It's mine. Now, what do we have here? We have some comp boards. Okay. We'll take some of those. In fact, we'll take them all. Because greed. Yeah, we'll take some flares. It does come in useful to have a flare or two, especially if you're on the other side of the planet and it's dark. So, we got some comp boards. We got loads of sustenance here, which is kind of nice. Just sort of fill our boots, quite literally. Saves me buying it, you know. 8 Alpha UEC for burrito. You kidding me? What a rip-off. Alright, so we've cleared that out. I should also point out that you will come across delivery boxes here. So people doing delivery missions and things of that nature, as I loot this corpse, you might bump into players that are simply trying to do the delivery box missions, you know, so just be wary of that. They do spawn at these outposts. So it's grey cat armor, but for the Ninetales. We've got another rifle here. We'll take various items, maybe the helmet. I'm not too fussed, to be honest. I can always ditch it if I don't want it. I don't think I can cram anything else. Nice hair. Nice hair. Okay, so let's see what else we have in this area, shall we? More corpses. I wonder if this guy has the comp boards or anything like that. Or is it that the NPCs only carry weapons and basic med pens? Oh, here we go. Here's another one. Let's see what we get in this small container. A lot of flares. Comp board. Snaggle sticks, the usual sort of food and water. No artifacts today. Sad noises. It's okay. The artifacts actually have no monetary value yet in game, but in the future, they almost certainly will, and it'd be nice to go around collecting them. You know, maybe there's like a really big artifact that's broken up in several pieces, and if you manage to collect them all and assemble them, unfortunately that generator you can't turn off, which is annoying. yeah, you find all the pieces, and then all of a sudden that artifact becomes worth a substantial amount of money. That would be really nice. I did see something in CitizenCon. They showed off the artifacts, and that looked cool. So hopefully they do different variants of that. Maybe alien artifacts. Who knows what they've got planned. But that sort of gameplay would be really cool. Forcing you to go out to these areas, explore these outposts, loot everything, collect what you can, get the hell out. So it would appear that the NPCs are pretty lackluster in terms of decent loot. I've almost certainly missed something here. But they do look good, these outposts. They're really well done. You know, the rust, the way the ladders bend, there's loads of sort of broken down rubble, rusting material. It does give you a feel that you are actually in a dilapidated old school ruin of sorts. And there is going to be some parkour involved, I feel, to get to better loot caches. Let's have a quick look up this ladder. Nothing of interest. Okay. So, I think we might be done here. And I honestly can't wait to explore these areas in Pyro. I think Pyro's going to be very, very cool. There's a lot of players looking forward to that for good reason. Stanton can get a little bit stale at times, but with this update we've got so much to explore now, and I feel like ships like the Pathfinders, hence why I bought the 315p, they're perfect for this sort of journey and this sort of exploration, along with other small exploration vessels, you know. 400i would be excellent around here, 600i, all the explorers. Okay, well, I don't think we're going to find any more, but I'm almost certain that there's a loot box that spawns somewhere on this, probably, I think it's this table here, or under it. So it's sort of anyone's guess, really, when you get here, because I don't see it here now. Never mind, it doesn't matter. And I think it will be time to leave pretty soon. And then what we'll do is, of course, go to the next one, and I will show you how to get there. Well, I don't think we're going to find anything else, unfortunately. No juicy artifacts, which is unfortunate. I'm not entirely sure if one spawns here or not, but it's always worth checking. Okay. Yeah, I think we've combed this area sufficiently. Unless there's something hidden in and around the river bank. River bank. There is not. But the river does look awesome. I think the one on Hurston will be just as awesome. Not sure what's going on with that plantation there, but we'll just gloss over that for now. Okay. Let's head back to the ship, and if all things go to plan, we will then move on to the next outpost, and of course I will guide you and direct you onto that one. So this is the river outpost. Very cool. The weather is much better here. It's super easy to find. There's NPCs to kill. One of the better and more exciting outposts in my experience. I've only visited these outposts, I think, twice each. So we'll head back to the ship, like I said, and then we'll move on to the other outposts that are located on this beautiful planet. I wish I had parked closer, now that I think about it, but I think I hear a ship. I do hear a ship. Could that be the Cutlass Black? Let's reload. I see lasers. Shouldn't be able to hit my... I think the trees are protecting my ship, right? Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Let's go kill these guys. Excitement. Okay. Turret gunner is going mental. Surely my ship is protected by the... Ah, who cares? Who cares? I'm sure it's protected. Let's see what happens here. Let's get into a position if we can see what the NPCs are planning to do. Now, the ramp is down. I hope that turret is not killing my ship. But turret's down. Do they disembark? They are supposed to disembark. I can't kill them because they're protected by the ship's shields. Which is annoying. Well, how about this? Haha! Well, it appears they didn't disembark. I think that might be a bug. They are supposed to disembark and then get to the outpost and give you grief. But I think he's going to blow up my ship. I'm going to have to get back to my ship. I think he might be hitting my ship. Run, 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 run. Run faster. Run faster. Oh, he is just about hitting my ship. He's just hitting the top, that bastard. No! Ah. It was at this moment he knew he fucked up. Well, bollocks. Okay, well, change of plan. If I can murder the NPCs in the back, maybe I can steal the cutlass and get off this island. This planet, whatever. You son of a bitch. How dare you? I had a helmet and undersuit in there, which is worth absolutely nothing, but that's not the point. Right, I'm going to open the ramp. Because, you know, they haven't figured out the buttons. Oh, here we go. Are you going to disembark now? You going to come out to play? You going to come out? Buddy? Want some candy? I've got loads of candy. Come get it. Come on. What are you doing? Yeah. See, this must be a bug. They don't want to leave the safety of their ship because they know I'm freaking lethal. This guy's head's bulletproof. What the hell? I'm not even hitting this. Why won't you die? What sort of technology is this? What? Oh, he's shooting at me, little bastard. You got some sort of alien tech. What? Why won't... Okay, that's the shield. That's fair. That's fair enough. Okay, I get it. I get it. But still, come on, man. Gonna get out or... This is the thing with the cutlass. There's only one way in. That's through the back. Because we can't... I don't think we can reach this. I know for a fact that we can't. And I can't get an angle to shoot them through the door. Although I get the feeling the shield of the ship will protect them. Yeah. Come out and play. Don't be so scared. It's clearly a bug. It's kind of annoying. Would have been exciting if they exited the vehicle and allowed me to shoot them in the face. They're all staring at the back of the ramp. I don't know what I'm going to do here. This ship is my only ticket off this goddamn planet. Pilot. Pilot, get out and give me your ship, please. Yeah, we can talk about this. I have a rare artifact in my backpack. I'm willing to barter. Yeah? And I didn't murder your friends. That was some other dude. You gonna come out and play? Please? Come out so I can steal the ship? Yeah? No? What's this? A team huddle? Okay, I'm just gonna go up here. This is... Oh! Wait! Why won't you die? Oh my god. He just shotgunned me in the... Well, that was fun. That was fun. You know, I love this game so much. Wow, you bastards. You utter bastards. Things happen in this game. Wow. Yeah, remember me? You murdered me in cold blood without leaving your ship.
Attention. Weapons overheating. Shield system is hit.
Die, please.
Congratulations. Target is destroyed.
Revenge is sweet. Okay. So that, my friends, is River Outpost. One of the easiest ones to get to. Interesting things happen here, as you just seen. Can happen, so yeah, definitely worth checking out. There are supposed to be artifacts that spawn here, I believe. I could be wrong, but definitely worth checking out. And now we'll move on to the next one. Okay guys, so for this particular outpost, this is an easy one, but this is the third time I've been here. And every single time I come here, it's always pissing dark. So I apologise for that. Luckily, it's fairly simple to navigate to. So make your way to Port Tresla. Then point the nose of your ship at a mining outpost, which is near New Babbage itself. So it's down here. And you want Shubin Mining Facility SMO-13. You're going to QT jump to that region, which again, I apologise, is on the dark side of the planet. However, it is fairly simple to find it, and I will do my best to show you how to get to said outpost. So we'll just jump there now. And then once we arrive, I will see if I can't navigate you guys to the outpost despite the lack of light. Okay, so we have arrived at Shubin Mining Facility SMO-13. We're going to orientate our ship to be facing the correct position, and we're going to sort of head down. It's going to be very hard for me to show you how to. So to the left of this mining facility, you'll find a patch of green landscape, and I do again apologise. It's the third time I've been here. Every single time it's dark, and what we're looking for is a single isolated mountain peak. You can't miss it. It's white. But what I'll do is quickly wait for some time to pass, and again through the power of editing, hopefully get a bit more light. So I've sort of been waiting at least 25 minutes. And you can see now that this white mountain peak is just becoming visible. It is not far at all from the mining facility. The mining facility will be on your sort of 4 or 5 o'clock-ish. And you'll see it. It's prominent. It's in this forested area. Shaped like, I don't know. I don't know what it's shaped like, but it's prominent. You won't miss it. I'll just show you there. There's the mining facility. Swing left, prominent mountain peak. Again, nothing I can do about it. So there it is. And what we want to do is head towards the mountain peak. There's a sort of letter C carved in it at the bottom. And we're going to head in that direction. It is not far from the mountain peak. Again, this one's a little bit more tricky to find. Especially at night, but there are 2 lit fires, so if you do come here at night, keep an eye out for the glow. And this is the second outpost, sorry, the third outpost that we're going to today. And again, no NPCs, so the loot could be already gone, but you can bed log in and out. Just remember to keep your ship above ground with the gear down when you do so. So what we'll do, I don't see any NPCs, so there's a good chance someone's been here already. And after my last interaction with them, I don't want any NPCs because they messed me up, man. Through the power of not getting out of their ship, believe it or not. Great tactics using the ship's shield. Genius. Maybe they're not brain dead after all, but or maybe I am. I think that's probably the way to look at it. Okay, so we're going to park this wonderful ship. Bit unsteady, but it will do. We'll keep the light on so we can see what we're looking at exactly. Let's jump out and have a good old nose around. If I have one complaint with the Vanguard series of ships, it's this pissing ramp. Can we not have like a dedicated button? Because it irritates me beyond belief. Right. This time, I brought a sniper rifle for funsies. But I don't see any NPCs. Now, you'll notice there was a tower there. You can get NPCs there. There's 2 delivery boxes up there, or at least they were the first 2 times, I think. So again, be aware of people doing box missions. NPCs will spawn in that tower. That's their sort of lookout. Hopefully they progress the AI to a point where they react to a ship landing in their territory, because at the moment they just stand there completely oblivious to this noisy, massive ship with lights and cannons arriving. They seem to be oblivious, so that needs to be worked on, and I'm sure it will. In fact, it will have to add to that immersion factor. You can't have NPCs being so brain dead. But we'll go up here. And I don't see any potential threat. Scope, would you work? I don't see any potential threats at the moment. I don't think there's any NPCs here. Normally you can see them when you get close enough to the ground. So let's go check out what's available in and around this outpost. And obviously I call this the mining outpost because it's so close to SMO 13. It's just my way of trying to remember these locations as these get tweaked and iterated on, and they add more loot or take loot away, or there's artifacts here or precious items that we yet to see in game. It's a good thing to try and remember these, that we can quickly get here and snatch up all that good stuff, you know. But at the moment I don't see anything of particular interest. But they are quite popular because they do offer the exploration, which is a big part of Star Citizen, and we're starting to get some flavour towards what might happen in the future. So this is these areas are quite popular. I haven't run into a player at all. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, especially even with larger servers. You know, 109 people I've had, and still not had any potential competition. So these are, oh okay, they're just apparently seats. I'm pretty sure they're box delivery missions, so you can't pick them up. You can just sit on them. I think that's to stop you you know, trolling people. You could pick up a package and just keep circling the verse if you wanted to be a dick. So that's a good little system. I'm not seeing anything loot wise. And obviously when you're on the ground, the area to cover is much bigger, and it does put things into perspective. Now, this looks like a shady area. There must be something here. Let's see. I think I hear a ship again. I do. Quick! To the Harbinger! I definitely hear a ship. I definitely hear a ship. Or at least I thought I did. Anyway, yeah, I definitely hear. Okay, we're going. Let's see if we can't ward off whoever this is. This is my territory. I've stuck my Pindonian flag in this outpost. It's mine. Belongs to me. This is all me. There he is. Another Cutlass Black. Okay, it's time to fire some warning shots. Methinks. God damn that goddamn pissing ramp. Right, into the seat. Those fingerprints on my MFDs drive me crazy. Where's the close exterior button? Because I didn't have time to. Don't want him sneaking on. Okay, we're going to go up. We're going to fire some warning shots. Let this guy know this is my outpost, and I'm not competing with him for loot. That ain't happening. Let's see if he's on board. I don't think he is. I think the ramp's open. I don't see him. Warning shots. Let's do some warning shots. I don't see him in the cockpit. So I'm not shooting his ship. I'm shooting next to it. Despite the warning friendly fire. I don't see movement. Which means he's out on foot somewhere. And if I was him, I'd be getting back in my ship and buggering off. Now I'm actually going to shoot it. Where are you? It's very hard to spot players in a ship when they're on the ground, especially at night. Another warning shot. This is my outpost. All this stuff is mine, okay? Where is this guy? Well, I'm gonna blow up his ship. Pretty sure he just tried to snipe me out my cockpit there. And now you're stuck here, buddy. Shouldn't try, you know. Those were warning shots, my friend. Ah, there he is. Well, I'm going to try and kill him. Basically. Because just no need to try and snipe me out my cockpit. He ignored all the warning shots. He landed so brazenly. You know, he didn't give a shit that I was here. He didn't think, oh, I better be careful. Hell no. You better be careful. So hard to spot players on the ground. It's infuriating. Where is he? Kind of blends into that foliage. So we'll just shell the shit out of this entire rock formation. You know he is panicking like crazy. Where is he? Where is he? I think... What? Is that him prone? That's him prone there. Okay, well, we've caused grievous bodily harm. So he's all kinds of broken. You know, he's feeling that. He's definitely sustained some injuries. However, it's really difficult for me to see him. So what I'm going to do is, now that I've got a 2 crime stat, I'm going to go get rid of that real quick and then return in a different ship so that he can't take revenge. Haha. And then hopefully we can explore the outpost in peace and see what we can get. Just gonna make sure, because I'm pretty sure I saw him running for his life, so he's still mobile, but he is stranded here. Right, let's go get rid of this crime stat. Okay, I've returned to the SMO-13 outpost, and this time we're in the Aquila, and we're going to set this big bad boy down, and then hopefully no more interruptions, no more deaths from NPCs. I didn't see any on the way in. Just going to boost our shieldage a little bit. Engines off, out the cockpit, and we will go investigate this colony. Colony. I keep calling them colonies because I want colonies so bad. That's all I've got in my brain. We'll go check out this outpost. Have a good look around, quick scope. See what happens. No NPCs here. Again, you can just bed log out if needs be, and you want that fight. So they are really well done, the outposts. I do like them. Maybe it would be nice if they could sort of, in the future, I know we've only just got reclaimer wrecks and things, but maybe have a reclaimer wreck next to a dedicated outpost, you know, similar to this, or Something of that nature would be interesting, right? We intertwine the two. That would be very interesting indeed. Maybe a more built up outpost and not so derelict, in so to speak, like a modern building that they've built around the Reclaimer or something of that nature would be really cool. Not complaining, just throwing ideas out. So there is like a top area here, and I think a little bit of parkour is going to be required. We have the tower there. We do get the NPC spawning in those towers. But we're going to go and scope out these barn areas because we kind of left them. Now, I think a loot cache does spawn in here somewhere. I do recall seeing one in one of these buildings on my first few visits. But it appears there is nothing of value here at the moment. So we'll move into the next one. Was it just... Oh, I can hop in here, can I? Yeah, I think I can climb that. There is a door, of course, but who wants to use doors? Boring. Oh, it could have been this one, but I'm sure there are loot caches that do spawn in here. And unfortunately... Oh, piece of candy. We'll take that. We'll take the mining tool. We'll take something for our trouble. But it's more sort of getting a feel for the outposts and what they can hold in the future, right? I'm just trying to memorize where the loot caches may spawn. But nothing in that one. We'll zip over to this tower real quick and have a look around there and see if there's anything of monetary value in and around here. They definitely seem to, from my experience, they spawn more often if the NPCs are here. If they're not here, it's a good indicator that they've been cleared out already, because I'm not entirely sure how often or when they respawn. I had most of my success in these outposts by bed logging, and it seemed to work. So maybe that's something to keep an eye out for as we do a little bit of parkour. Some alloys here, nothing interactable, and we're gonna have to do a little bit of parkour to get down, I feel. Now, I personally can't wait to do this sort of thing on Pyro, and it's really going to help exploration ships shine. A lot of us own exploration ships, and this is the sort of stuff that we can look forward to. And I can't get back up here, so I do think parkour is the only option. Maybe we'll just we'll see what happens. I'm sure we'll be fine. So that is the SMO13 outpost and how to get to it. Hopefully you have better luck than I did. And then we'll move on to the final outpost, and I'll show you how to get to that one as well. Okay guys, this is the final outpost that I've found through various sources. It took a while. This one, it depends on the weather. If the weather is horrific, and it tends to be in and around the mountains. Luckily I've arrived here and it's nice and calm. But to get here, you need to... There's the spaceport right in the back there. So you need to head towards where I'm heading. Obviously the spaceport will be on your right when you leave, and you'll see these various peaks and mountain ranges. So basically you want to keep to the left of those, and then you'll come across these two prominent peaks. There's one underneath me now, and then just one on my 6 o'clock. Keep to the left of those and then sort of follow this last one around. It's not far from the spaceport at all, and you'll come to this valley, sort of like in the shape, it's like a bowl valley, let's say. In there you'll find a select group of trees on their own some, and that is where the colony is. Colony. I keep calling the outpost. That is where the outpost is. Okay, so it's directly beneath my ship now. As you can see, it's bugged. My pilot is holding an invisible stealth HOTAS. New tech, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant it is. So we're going to go down there now and investigate this particular one. Like I said, this outpost is fairly tricky to get to, depending on the weather. If the weather is horrific, it is extremely difficult to spot, and even more so when you're on foot. I've only been here just the once before, didn't find anything of particular value or interest. Hopefully we have better luck this time. If you have been doing the outpost, like I said, and you've managed to find artifacts and good loot items, then please tell me what you found, because I'm interested, because I am going to keep returning to these periodically until I get something juicy. So let me know what you found, what ship you've been using, why have you been using that ship. I'm interested to know. Leave it down in the comments. I always read them, or try to at least, and I try to respond to as many as I can. So please feel free to put your thoughts in, and how would you improve the outpost at the moment, despite the bugs, because there are, and what would you do to improve NPCs? Does it need more? Do we need air defenses in place? All that good stuff. Be creative, because I like the imagination of the community, you know. There's some brilliant ideas out there, and I kind of thrive on the theory craft of it all. That's like my whole thing. I love it. So please feel free to add your thoughts in the comments section below. I will of course put timestamps underneath the like button for you to navigate through various outposts just to get the directions. If you so choose to do so, that will be an option for you as well. Alright, so we've landed. Let's get out and do a recce, shall we? Let's see if we can get some goodies. I do love the Constellations. I do. There's just something about them. They're great ships. There's not a single variant that I don't like. They're all just good ships. Yes, granted, some of them are sort of remakes to fit multi-purposes, but they are epic looking, iconic ships. I do enjoy a good old Connie trip. Okay, let's make our way to this outpost then. As you can see, the weather is beginning to turn. So clearing the visor every 2 minutes is now going to be what I do. So let's head down here then. Now this outpost, out of the rest, seems a little bit more unique. There's a tower, of course. There's no NPC in it, so I'm pretty sure there's nobody here. So again, a good indicator that someone's been here. Maybe a bedlog would solve that issue. I'm not going to do that now. We're going to have a quick sweep. This outpost in particular seems like one of the larger ones compared to the others. So there's a bit more parkour involved, maybe. A much bigger area to search, and depending on the weather, quite tricky. So we've got various crates here. Nothing of interest. Nothing hidden behind there. So I think we'll move on to this water tank area. Now there is a platform here. We'll have a quick look up this ladder. Again, nothing of interest. And it's super cold, and I'm quite literally melting in my house right now. PC's going ballistic. And I'm so jealous because I just want to lay in this snow. I just want to lay in it and make a snow angel. That's all. Okay. A little bit of parkour. Nothing of interest. Let's keep going. Minus 67 degrees centigrade. I'm so jealous right now. Okay. Let's continue then. We might come across. You never know. You got to be in it to win it. It's like the lottery, right? You want the good stuff. You got to be in it to win it. So there's sort of lots of junk laying around, lots of rust, dilapidated areas, broken walls. A lot of exploring to be done. I do feel I've missed quite a lot through not being as thorough as I want to, but in the case of the video getting ridiculously long. I'm sort of rushing along. There is a fireplace, so you can navigate here at night. Look for the glow of the fire. It's like a shelter with things moving, so I won't be touching that because we all know what happens when Star Citizen does something horrible. Clipping could get you killed. Ah, what's this here? Is this a loot container? Yes, it is. Alright, let's have a little look. Pink helmet. Some legs. A blue obsidian helmet, I believe. Can't take the legs, so I'm not really fussed about that, to be honest. We'll take the helmets, though. This is all stuff we can sell at the vendors, don't forget. So, you might get a little bit of cash money for your trouble. Yeah, nothing else at the moment. It's still very much a freezing day. The weather is getting worse, and look how quickly it deteriorates and navigation becomes an issue. It's very hard to see where I've been and not, but I don't think I've been here. Various areas to clamber up, I think. Some more containers. Nothing of interest in here. Now, I did find some other loot boxes on my first time through, but I cannot remember for the life of me where they spawned or where they're placed, unfortunately, because trying to remember all the locations of every loot box and every outpost gets a little bit tedious after a while. And like I said before, I'm not really a loot goblin, to be honest. Finding loot doesn't really bother me. It's the exploration I enjoy, right? Going to see these things. Maybe there's something new. Who knows? Not so much the loot itself. So we can't get up there. Can we get up this little ramp? I don't think we can. A little bit steep. But for immersion and atmospheric planet that Microtech is, it does offer quite a lot immersion wise. I do enjoy it. It is good. It's a good time. If you haven't been to these outposts, I highly recommend it. Like I said, there's a very good chance that you could get very lucky and find yourself an artifact at one of these outposts and be like, oh, okay, so one spawns here. Make a mental note, and then when they become a thing in the future, you go, right, I know where one is, I'm going to go grab that, and that's your first piece of like a 12-piece puzzle, let's say. I'm hoping they do something really cool with the artifacts, you know. Yes, you could sell them to like a retailer, perhaps, but what if we could sell it on a black market and get a butt-ton of cash? That would be really, really cool. A lot of fun to be had, I think. So we'll go up this ladder and check up this tower. And hopefully we might get some goodies, question mark. What's this? It's a power supply unit of some kind, so nothing for us to pick up, as I'm trying my best not to okay, good. We took 1% damage. I'll take that. Better than breaking my legs. I haven't got the I haven't got the correct medical gear to deal with any sort of really bad wounds at the moment. I have just the basic med pen, med gun. So I've almost certainly missed something. I've probably missed a lot. When you guys come to do this, obviously be more thorough. Again, I was sort of worried about the length of the video rather than having a good look. But this video should help you get to these places, and once you do, you can take your time. Hopefully you don't get pestered by really smart AI that lure you into a shield trap on the back of their cutlass, and hopefully you don't get pestered by other players who ignore your warning shots, you know. Let's get up here. Can't get up there. For a second I thought that was a parkour job and jump through this crate. I don't think we can get up there either. So overall, I like the outposts. Obviously the NPCs need work. I'd like to see some more iterations of these outposts scattered throughout the verse. They are interesting. They can offer a lot of potential. Where CIG decide to go with these is anyone's game. anyone's guess, I should say. But I am looking forward to the various. You know, we're on the right path now. 3.17.2 really is starting to become the beginning of great things coming to the game, especially with 3.18 on the horizon. This game is really getting into a good state. They've made great improvements over vast areas of the game. Still obviously going to be issues, but we're getting to a place now where the game is coming alive, and I'm really looking forward to it. So guys, that was my video on the Microtech Outposts. I hope you found it useful. Good luck if you decide to go to these places. Let me know how you get on in the comments, because I think we are pretty much done, because I've not yet found anything else as we do a bit more extra parkour. Here's a delivery box that we can sit on. We're not going to though, because it's freezing, and I'm really jealous of that right now. But yeah, that's my video on the Outpost, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know what buttons to press, and I of course will have more Star Citizen content en route to your location very soon. Take care, guys. Take care. Cheers. Bye.